Okay, so today we are going to finish up the fuel door and get the rear quarter mounted permanently. So get your cutting tools ready. Let's get this done. Alright, so I did mention that I was going to put on the OEM fuel door on the flare. So the flare itself is going to sit, of course, further out, and this mounts behind the plastic bucket, I guess you'd call it, that's on the inside of this, to where it catches fuel or anything drips and goes down and out. So the way this mounts in there is you have the skin here. Inside of that is the plastic bucket, and then the fuel door goes in and behind all of it. So the plastic bucket itself is going to stay, but obviously the fuel door is now going to come out this way to mount against the fuel door itself. So the way I'm going to have to do this is take out the plastic bucket inside. I'm going to then mark on the inside with just a marker with where the fuel door is, and then I need to cut that metal out to allow this neck to be able to go in and out. That way it doesn't contact metal and it'll open properly. So let me go ahead and take this apart, and I'll show you the inside of cutting and what I need to do to make this work. So if I've taken off the plastic bucket, and you can now see here's the fuel door. So there's a mounting screw, and what I've done is I've just scribed basically around it there, so I know exactly where I need to cut out in order to get that to fit properly. So with the fuel door taken out, you can kind of see the scribe marks. So what I'm really going to do is basically come from this mark in this way and just open it up to right at this corner. Same on the bottom. I'm going to go this way out. I want to leave these mounting holes so that they can mount to the plastic bucket on the inside, and then basically just cut this open so that everything can swing out this way and not contact the metal. So in order to do that, all I'm going to do is really just come in here. I'm going to drill a small pilot hole at this corner to know it comes out straight, and then I'll just mark it on the outside. Same thing here. Go from this corner to here. Basically, just drill a small hole. And then I'm probably going to drill a couple more along the back here, just so I know that I need to go down and then out. And then from here out. And that'll take out this section of metal. I'll check it with the fuel door and make sure it opens and closes, and then I can get everything mounted up. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my cutoff wheel basically to cut here all the way out. And then I'm going to test fit the fuel door to make sure I need or do not need to cut more metal, because I really don't want to cut out a big chunk and not need to do that. So I'll just cut out as much as I need. A couple test fits and we'll get it there. And then we will then put the fender on and make sure it all fits the way it's supposed to. And then we're going to get this thing done today. Okay, so I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but essentially what I have done is I started with the cutout, what you saw. I've then taken the fender off and on a bunch of times and basically refined everything. So I had to recut just a little bit off the back and the side up here on the top and bottom. And that's just to kind of open up that opening in the metal, and the original exterior metal, open that up a little bit so I could adjust the fuel door. Now the mounting holes here, I've actually slotted more like fore aft. They were in a pretty good position, luckily, top to bottom. So I've just now slotted them fore aft so that I can adjust the fuel door kind of this way. So I've got it now where I think it closes, and it fits decent. I mean, it fits, I'll say it fits like OEM, which I thought was always really crappy honestly. So the fuel door is now mounted to this permanently. I might take this and try to fit this a little bit better later on. It's good for now, and I want to get this finished up so I can start putting in the fuel system and all that stuff. So now I need to take off the fender itself, take that flare off. I need to paint everything underneath that needs to be painted, whether it's going to be an etch primer, which is going to be this cutout here, which I made in the metal, and then I just need to paint it black. So if I show you down a little bit, you can see down on the door down there how it's kind of glossy on top, but yet flat on the bottom. I just bought some flat paint because I really honestly didn't know what they painted this car with originally. So it's now painted at least black, so you kind of don't notice it, but I almost like the two-tone where it's kind of matte shiny on the top and gloss, or not gloss, but flat on the bottom. I almost think I want to make this a two-tone black car. So that might be something I work on. It's not going to be today, but I'm going to get this fended up. So get this off. Now I'm going to cut down all the bolts to mount the fender permanently. And then today, we're going to be done. Okay, so now with everything painted, dried, and now I've cleaned, it's time to start assembly. So, you know, this is your fuel bucket. So you're on the back side here, this is where your nozzle comes in here. Hello, feed me gas. This goes in. You're going to use these two here. These two screws are going to go in these spots and hold that. Now, these two screws that would normally go here are what's going to hold the fuel door to the fender itself. So this, I'm just going to zip tie these real tight. That way, cut them off, and then put the zip tie piece on the back side. That way it doesn't get your skin if you reach in there. But it's just to hold it on really in place, and it doesn't have to be crazy. And since there's nothing on the back, I'll just go do it that way. Very simple, very easy to do that way. And once I have this on, then the fender goes on permanently. Okay, so once you have this installed, one thing you do need to remember is that this needs to be cut out. So once you put that in the back, what you can do is just trace it out through the metal. And I just use basically cut off wheel very quick through the plastic, re-put it back in. So you've got two zip ties, two bolts, and now the fender is ready finally to go in. Okay, so fender is completely on, fuel door is in. Still not exactly, it just burns me up on this fuel door fit, but I may never get it perfect. So great thing about it is, fill her up. Now I did also add a little bit of rubber shim back here to the back so that the fuel door here did not hit the fender, because it's just annoying. You open it up and just tang. Anyway, so that's fit. Ooh, before you guys leave though, let me show you one thing. So tell me that doesn't look just all right. All right, so I covered a lot today of just kind of cutting and getting everything together to get this fuel door to fit. So if I rushed through anything, sorry. I was trying to get it done, and I think everything's done, so now I can move on to other pieces. If you guys have any questions on doing a fuel fit or the fuel door fit or anything else I trimmed that maybe I didn't show enough, please drop them down in the comments or hit me with a message or anything else. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you next time from Basin Motorsports. Out.